Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. I'm here today to do a review on the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener. I'm just going to give you a look at it right here. Actually, what I'm going to do to show you a little bit better on how to use this thing and the features of it is I'm just going to move over to my workbench over here and give you an over-shoulder look, kind of like we did with the guided field sharpener from Work Sharp. Just a little word on this thing though, this thing is really easy to use. It is very versatile. You can use this thing from sharpening your knives to your scissors to your lawnmower blades to serrated edge to gut hooks to just about anything. You can use it as a grinder on metal. I mean, you can use it like you would a Dynafile. If you're familiar with one of those, you can use it in a situation like you would use a Dynafile on steel. It is a very, very handy tool, and it is also very, very easy to use. So we're going to step over here to my workbench. I'm going to set this thing up, show you some of the features of it, and we're going to sharpen a few knives. I do not have a serrated edge knife that I can sharpen. I actually don't think I own a serrated edge, so I'll dig around and see if I can borrow one or just dig around and see if I can find one, but everything else we'll try to show you as far as tools and things like that. So let's step over here to the workbench and let's do a little bit of sharpening. Okay, so welcome to my workbench. We're going to show you some of the features of this thing real quick. Going to get a little up and close and personal, better than I can show you standing over there. So what you're going to have is you're going to have some main pieces of your Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener. You're going to have your handle. You're going to have your plug-in. Back here you got a couple deals just to keep it when you place it down, keep it from moving around so much. You got your sharpening cassette. Sorry, I kicked the camera there. You got your quick lock belt tensioner right here, and you got your tracking knob right here. So that's the basics of this thing. Now your trigger is 3 different positions. You have your off position, you have your just burst position, I guess you would call it, and then you have your on position. So we'll show you what each one of those is used for. Basically, when you use your knife, you're going to lay your knife in there, you're going to hit the burst, and you're going to pull your knife through. When you're doing things like the tomahawk that I'm going to be doing here before too long and some of the garden tools, you're going to just turn it on, you're going to rotate this thing around, and that's going to be about it. To change belts on this thing is really, really easy. You have your tensioner right here. Just turn that thing and push it to the right, and that'll lock the thing in. Take your belt off and swap to whatever belt you want to put on there, and then whenever you swap to your belt to put on there, it's a little easier than this normally when you're not trying to do it in front of a camera. You're just going to run this right around just like that. When you get it in position, you're just going to turn that, get it on there, and that's going to be it. And see how it kind of got off down here? When you turn this thing on, you see how it kind of pulled out toward me? I'm just going to run my pop my tracking knob off. I turned my tracking knob the wrong way. So, I'll do this again. That's what that tracking knob is for. I cannot do this. This is normally much easier than this. So, on, kind of came toward me. Just going to adjust it a little bit. And again, adjusted it the wrong way. You can see there, that moved it right back in. This is my other grinder is the opposite. It's kind of opposite from my other grinder, so it's a little harder for me to use to get used to. So that's pretty much it. Your belt is on there. Now it's going to come with a variety of different belts. You're going to have a chart right here, and it's going to show you on this chart everything that you can sharpen with this, and it's going to show you what belt and what guide is good to be using with this knife and tool sharpener. So you can see here you're going to come with 3 different belts. You're going to come with the green, which is an 80, red, which is 220, and your purple, which is 6,000. That's going to be your rough, your medium, and your fine grit. You're also going to come with your 2 sharpeners. You got your outdoor sharpener right here, and you have your kitchen knife sharpener right here. So that's what this thing is going to come with as far as that. You got a user's guide, and you also have a very, very handy DVD. So if you're when you get this, definitely watch your DVD, and that will give you some really good pointers on how to use this thing. So I'm gonna get this stuff out of the way, and we're just gonna show you really quick how to use this thing. Again, use the proper guide. The guides just slip right on there, just like that. That's all there is to it. So this is my outdoor sharpening edge, or for my outdoor use, and I'm going to use just a knife on here, and I'm just going to do it just like this. I'm going to place my knife in there, all the way in there to the ricasso or the finger guard, whatever you want to call that, all the way up in there just like that. and I'm going to push it down, and I'm going to drag it back. And when I do that, I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to actually change belts because I do not need this coarse belt on here. I'm going to go to the fine belt because that knife is already sharp and I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so now we have our fine belt on there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lay our knife in there all the way up to the ricasso. Put our ricasso, you can see here, my ricasso is going to go right on that block, right there. And then I'm just going to go down, and I'm going to put it right up against that block flat, and I'm just going to pull it through. Hopefully the camera focused on that for you. So, I'm going to put my knife in there up to the ricasso. I'm going to turn this thing on, and I'm going to pull it back through, keeping it flat up against my angle guide. And I'm going to do that on both sides. The guy in the DVD makes this look a lot easier than what I'm making it look, but I'm at an awkward angle. So, right in there just like that, and just pull it back along the guide. Do it an even number for both sides, and that's how easy it is to sharpen your knife. And that thing, like I said, it was already pretty sharp. Now it is super razor sharp, so really easy to use. Now, if you're going to do something like scissors, you're going to use your same guide here, and you're just going to take your scissors, and you're going to open them up, you're going to hold them like this, and you're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to put my scissors in there, I'm going to put them right there along the guide, I'm going to pull my trigger and just pull them through. Just like that. Now, this is not the belt that's recommended for scissors. Recommended for scissors is your 220 or this purple actually, so it is recommended for them. The thing about this, these scissors right here are brand new, so you're going to do that on both sides, right there at the angle that it sets for you, all the way in there. And that is it, and that will sharpen up your scissors to a really nice sharpen. So pretty easy to use as far as that goes. For your serrated edge, you have a guide down here, and I actually was able to find a serrated edge, and I'm really touchy about this knife. This knife is special to me because it was given to me by my brother, so I'm really touchy about this knife. So what you actually do is just lay your serrated edge on there. Right down here you have a guide, and you just pull through, and you pull through only on this side where your serrations are. So I'm really nervous about this messing up my knife. And that's all there is to it. So this is, like I said, this is a really special knife to me, and I really don't want to mess it up because of all the nice stuff on there. And like I said, my brother gave it to me, so that it does a pretty good job and didn't get up in there too high and didn't mess my blade up, so I really liked that aspect of it. So we're going to swap our guide here now and show you, now the kitchen knife is going to be the exact same way. This is all your kitchen knife is going to be done the exact same way, it's just going to be done at a different angle. So let me show you how to sharpen some tools with this thing real quick. You have, right back here, you have a locking mechanism, so you can change this from your sharpening position to your grinder position, just like that. So if you're going to want to do some tools like this hatchet here, or tomahawk that has been used and abused, you just put it to that position. You're going to choose the appropriate belt, which for something like this is probably going to be, let's see, our axe is going to be our green belt. So let's swap out to our green belt. And when we do our tomahawk, let's see if this thing's, make sure it's tracking right. There you go, tracking just fine. When we do our tomahawk or our garden shears or anything like that, we're just going to turn this thing into our locked on position, and we're just going to use it just like this to go across there. Now notice the part that I'm using to sharpen the tomahawk and the garden tools is going to be this part right here. We're just going to put that slack on there and let it, and push on it a little bit, just push into it a little bit and let it conform to it, and that's going to give us the bevel that we need. So you can see there, just a couple quick swipes on there, and this tomahawk, which was pretty beat up to start out with, now is not sharp enough quite to cut that, but that's not what you're going for on a tomahawk. You know, you're going for something more along the lines of chopping and stuff like that, so it's a little bit different angle. So does a really good job of sharpening just about everything you want to sharpen. As far as garden tools go, I got a rusty old pair of loppers here, and you can do garden tools with this thing too. Just open that thing up and use it just the same way you would as you did on the tomahawk, just like that. Just go right along the radius. Use the slack of that belt to sharpen this thing up. And that's all there is to it. You can see on our loppers here, we got a nice new edge, which is nice and sharp. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as my son would say. Okay, so you can see there, this thing is really easy to use and does a fantastic job on just about anything. The guides are simple to install. This thing is just extremely user-friendly and extremely simple and extremely effective, and I love that about it. So definitely check this out. This is made by Derex. They're under their Work Sharp line, and they have a lot of really cool products. This is just one of them. The guided field sharpener is another awesome product. I've used it and absolutely love it. I got nothing but good things to say about that guided field sharpener. Same way with this. This thing works fantastic and so easy to use and so user-friendly, and you can do such a wide variety of things with it. It is well worth the investment. I paid somewhere along the lines of $80 for this thing through Amazon, but they're about that same price anywhere you go. So about 80 bucks, maybe upwards of 100 bucks. If you're paying 100 bucks, you can probably get it cheaper, but about 80 bucks for this thing. And then the cost of just replacing your belts as they get wore out, and that's just about it. So for more information on this and for more information on the awesome products that Work Sharp makes, check them out at the website below. For more product reviews, how-to videos, you can check out our website, ikesoutdoors.com. And like always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our videos. And if you want to keep up with us, you can follow us on Facebook under Ike's Outdoors. Appreciate you guys watching.